Welcome back, everybody. It is your boy AI Alpha with Cam Kicks, and we have a special guest today for our interview series, Moody Senpai.
Yay!
Hey everybody!
We don't have we don't have any special sound effects or anything, so I'll
Oh,
just
don't
give you.
worry, I'm gonna add that in later.
Well, I thought mine was doing good, but
Hmm.
yeah. So we do have Moody Senpai here today because we're doing our cosplay. We're she's the start of our cosplay interview series that we're doing. And go ahead, Moody, introduce yourself.
I'm the start?
Yes,
Wow!
yes.
Wow! Hi everybody, my name is Moody, Moody Senpai on pretty much all social medias. I am a cosplayer. I'm also a newbie podcaster. So yeah, I'm
She
happy
is.
to
So
be
you guys have,
here.
yeah, so you guys will definitely have to check her out. She'll definitely drop her stuff at the end of the episode. So you guys are going to follow, you're going to like, and you're going to retweet when you see her, wherever you see her. So there's
In
that.
the pod mother,
So
listen,
yeah.
man.
Oh, so how long have you been cosplaying?
Honestly, I started cosplaying when the pandemic hit, so just since 2020. So I am like a super new cosplayer, like a baby cosplayer, I guess most people would say.
Oh wow. That's crazy because and you guys will definitely post up some of Moody's favorite cosplays that she's done. And for somebody who just started doing it during the pandemic, it's kind of hard to believe, but hey, everybody's got their certain point. They're on point. They're definitely on point.
I appreciate it. I get that a lot. And I usually think people are just like blowing smoke up my ass, but I'm starting to believe it. Like, I'm starting to believe it. Maybe I got a little skill.
I'll say
You got
one thing, one that I did like, how you finessed it. I forget homie's name from Parasite, what you did with the green screen.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorite cosplays that I've ever done because I love Parasite so much. That one does not get enough love. It does not get
Bro,
enough love.
there you go.
so we
That's
definitely gonna
right.
have to retweet that one. We're gonna have to retweet it, let everybody know what's up and what she working with.
Parasite is actually like one of my favorite anime of all time, and it's mad underrated. Even though it's only one season, I think it's just I rewatch that anime literally every year, maybe twice a year.
And that's interesting that that people, I liked it. I
I enjoyed
enjoyed
it.
it, but yeah, so for people to
It don't
I
get the
don't know, I
love
don't
she's
know.
trying to say. It don't
It
get
it
the
don't
Yeah,
get the love.
it's weird. It's weird what people choose to like and dislike and their reason for like when they're on that hill, but
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
like Dragon Ball Super sucks. Hmm?
Don't do that.
What?
Don't be that way.
What?
Don't be that way.
You like Dragon
We
Ball Super?
we have company, sir. We have company. Do not show out in front of
Okay.
company.
Um. So you said you started because of COVID. So in a
Yeah,
sense, COVID was like a gift and a curse to you. It allows you to
definitely.
be respectable.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was your first cosplay that you did during the pandemic?
It's mad embarrassing. So the first cosplay I ever did, I went and bought a ninja costume from a Halloween
Uh-huh.
store. I got free tickets to go to a convention. It was the first one I was ever gonna go to, but I was like, I want to go. I want to do a little something something. So I went and got a ninja costume from a Halloween store, and I put on a white wig, and I got a little Naruto headband and put a little line through it, and called myself an Akatsuki. It was absolutely terrible. But you want to know what? Black Girls Anime actually put that on their story when I did it because I said it was like my first
Mhm.
cosplay. And I was really surprised, but that shit was trash. I look back at it now and I'm like, I would never. I would never.
But everybody has to start somewhere. Everybody has to start somewhere.
Yeah, everybody has to start somewhere.
Exactly. Um So, what has been your experience as a Black cosplayer?
So I know a lot of people get like hate for being Black cosplayers. One, I'm not that poppin', I guess I would say, to receive that kind of hate. And I think majority of that kind of hate comes from TikTok, which I also don't get on TikTok very often. So for me, my experience as a Black cosplayer has been all positive. Like I've gotten a lot of people who have given me positive feedback. I've made a lot of friends. It's really been nothing but good vibes for me as a Black cosplayer.
Child, I was muted.
I saw that.
After you muted too,
Time out.
boy.
Yo, it's been
Boy,
a
we gonna
minute.
fall
Yo,
apart
it's
like
been a
we ain't never
minute.
did this
Look,
before. Like we ain't never did this before. What is happening?
time out. Flag on the play. That didn't happen
Yeah.
just now. Anyway, like I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by the mute button. You said your first one was in a costume number. What you have planned for your next one?
Next cosplay is going to be Lust from Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay.
Are you gonna add a little
Okay.
twist to it?
I am going to add a little twist to it. So I'm going to do Lust with the butterfly locks.
Oh, you know
Ooh.
what? I think
I
I
think I seen
did
you said a
see
post
something
about
on
that.
your.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And instead of like you know how she has like the claws that are attached to the gloves that she usually wears, instead I'm gonna put a little, a little twist on it and just have like really, really long black nails instead. So I'm really excited.
Oh, we definitely gonna be looking forward to that. So what kind of cosplayer would you consider yourself?
I do not know. I really just do like I take the character and just do how I would imagine myself as the character. So not necessarily canon. So I don't look at the character and say I want to do it exactly like this. I kind of more so take the character's vibe and like maybe the color scheme that they use and kind of make it my own thing.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of another one of my questions. I was wanting to know when you cosplay, do you kind of take on the traits and characteristics of the character that you're displaying? But that, I mean, for the most part, that kind of falls into it.
Yeah.
Like your answer basically kind of falls into it.
Yeah, I see cosplay more of because I know some people like really want to like be method with it and get into the character. I wouldn't say I go that far. I'm more of like artsy with it. Like I imagine it as if how I would shoot it. I never imagine my cosplays as if I'm going to actually like wear them out because I really don't do that. It's really
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable for me to think about that, but I picture it as if like I'm going to shoot it and what it's going to look like, what kind of edits I want to do to it, because that's something else that I really love to do is like photography edits and things like that.
Okay. So you yourself do the final touches and editing on your cosplay picture. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So you got all kinds of talents up in here.
got all kinds of time, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what's done happened for everybody with with COVID. You done had to discover
A hobby.
a talent to bypass the time.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So, for my question, as far as like characters, like what character you would like to do in the near future, or a character you regret not doing in the past?
Ooh, okay. So I do have Misa Misa plan to do this year, and someone actually just funded that cosplay for me. But I wish this one I wanted to do last year though, but I just never really got around to it. So that's one. And then Gasai from Future Diary. I like to do unhinged female characters.
Support. Support.
So she is on my list too. She's been a dream cosplay for me. And then the last one that if I never do this cosplay, my life will have been wasted. And I can't remember her name right now. She's not even an anime character. The vampire Aaliyah does.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yes, from Queen of them. Yes.
Yes. If I
Okay,
never
I
do
know
that
exactly who you're
cosplay, my
talking about.
life will have been wasted. So, but I refuse until my
Definitely.
body is like cacao because I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to do the little hip roll and all that.
Oh, okay. She trying to do the full embodiment of a Leo.
If I do that one, I'm gonna definitely be the character. I'm gonna be hip rolling all over the place. So y'all watch out for that. It's,
Mhm.
it's not coming anytime soon.
So how do you feel like budgeting, or do you for cosplaying, or do you or do you do a lot of homemade, stitching and sewing and creating for your cosplay characters?
So when you said budgeting, that hit me in my soul because
Because I know it can be quite pricey from what I understand.
it's very expensive. And when I fell in love with cosplay, I didn't know it was going to be this expensive. If I would have known then what I know now, I may have done some things differently. I have this year, I've started trying to thrift a lot of my cosplays, and I've stopped
Mhm.
being so scared to ask people to fund cosplays for me because I used to be very prideful and not want to, say, hey, y'all like this and you keep asking me to do these characters, but you're not giving me no money. So I've been a little bit more out upfront about telling people, look, I'm broke. If you want to see me cosplay more, you're gonna have to help me. So, and I've gotten a lot of
Mhm.
people who have
Mhm.
actually helped me, which has been good.
Mhm. That's cool. That's real cool. Cause I know from what I understand, I know it's been pricey, and you know I've seen people where they, have the wish list, or, people chip in. And
Mm-hmm.
then I know there's also people who think it'll be cheaper to do like the homemade method. But then it's like when you actually get down to it, they're both, taking a lot of money and, time, opposed to, just ordering it and getting it together. But I hear that it can be quite expensive, but some people, they're just like, I guess they got it like that.
I, Not me.
Tell me that. No, 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 not me. I gotta look on the list, guys. Look on the list.
Please.
Yes, sir. Please.
So
Exactly.
just
Tell me,
to
please
add
look
on,
on the list.
just to add on to
I'm
that,
sorry, say again.
I said just to add on to that, Miss Cam. Um, is there any like cosplayers like you look up to or like get advice from, or just like try to study some of their work?
I don't really get advice because I don't know. I never really thought about that, like getting advice from other cosplayers. But some cosplayers I think are dope. Evans, I never pronounce her name right. She goes by Eve. I think it's Evan XO or something like that on Twitter.
Mhm.
I've always liked her cosplays even before I was a cosplay. I think it's Renegon cosplay. She just recently did the JoJo's cosplay. She does a
Hmm.
lot of JoJo's cosplays and she's super funny. I love her cosplays. Cosplay B, Cosplay Brie, I think. I'm looking at Twitter names, y'all. She does a really good job because all her cosplays are like, they're not canon either. She does like off the wall kinds of cosplays that are unique and Afrocentric.
Hmm.
Obviously Summer Drew because she's just the cosplayer. Who else? A lot of people. I like a lot of cosplayers. I look up to a lot of cosplayers and I'm always inspired by other cosplayers.
Okay, that's cool. Um, so what is, as a black cosplayer, what's like a pet peeve for you?
When people say cosplay a black character, like when I first started, somebody was like, I think I was doing a Tokyo Ghoul cosplay and someone just saw white hair and was like, you should totally cosplay Storm. That's a pet peeve. Because why? What is
Yeah.
the reason?
I think I always find it interesting with black people who cosplay, how it's always like they get so much hate whenever they cosplay a non-black character, whether it be from a book or a TV show, a movie, anime, manga. Like they get a lot of hate, and it's like a lot of these people are fictional. And I never understood like people that just kind of just spaz out about it, about black people when they do the character. Oh, this person can't be black. Well, a lot of times when I see black cosplayers, not even being funny, but they usually be shitting hard on other people when they come and do it, especially when they put their own spin on it. And I think it just be a bit of jealousy. I think you done try so hard to do all of this for your outfit, and here you are done just got blown off the water by somebody not even trying. Like it's coming effortlessly. Well, they're making it seem like it comes effortlessly.
Hmm. I will never for the life of me understand it. I can just boil it down to just pure ignorance and because like you said, it's a first of all, it's a fictional character. Second of all, none of these characters are white. Um, and third of all, why do you care? Like it's cosplay. We none of us are these characters. It is cosplay.
Listen, because if you got blue skin, you got somebody you got to talk to, a
Ex-
doctor mainly. If that's the case, if you walking around here with blue skin, upset, you gotta talk to somebody. That's where the that's where you really need to take all that upset, anger, and aggression and use it towards that. Like, yes, we'll love to see more black cosplay like characters like of that, but don't try to, I guess, put us all into a box of no, only do black, because whenever y'all decide y'all want to dress up as a black character, y'all go to the extreme, like we can't tell who you were without the skin. Like they like that is the craziest thing to me. Like I get it being into the method and all of that, but you think I couldn't have told that the character was black without you having to put on
Blackface,
darkening makeup? Like, like,
blackface.
it's just mad
yeah,
outrageous.
basically.
Blackface, yeah. The tanning, and that's a lot of Euro cosplayers. They do that a lot.
Exactly. And it's like you
Mhm.
think, because if you can easily tell that, I'm dressed up as a character from JoJo or Demon Slayer, Naruto, what Bleach, what have you, and none of those characters are white,
Hmm.
and they're not black characters. If you were able to tell who I'm dressed as, what possessed you to kind of feel like you got to drive the nail home? So let me go ahead and just get full blackface. Like, why? For what? For what? What reason did you think I did not know?
I can't even wrap my mind around that, to be honest. Like every time
And
I
they be
see it,
so
I'm just
happy.
like, I just sometimes I think that people just do it just to get people outraged because what? Like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense
Yeah,
at
yeah,
all.
it doesn't. And they be so proud. They go ahead and hit send or post or whatever it is for it to get to the internet. And it's like, that was out of all the things in your life at this moment, you decided it was that. That was, you said, you know what? 10 toes down.
This is what I want to ride for. This is the hill I want to
Listen,
die on.
this is the hill. I made the hill and I'm gonna stay on it. And they be so happy about it. But yet give, black cosplayers shit whenever they do a non-black character. But okay. Yeah, make it make sense.
I just
Make it
ignore
make
all of
sense.
that stuff and focus on the positive stuff because it's just like I feel like, and when I first got on any Twitter, it was a lot of this. Like it's always something. Like it's always something. When there's so many other like positive things about cosplay that you can focus on, like baby, learn how to
Mhm.
work your wig, learn how to sew. Like, don't be in the drama. Focus on something that matters, that's gonna improve your craft. Like, let's do that. So I'd be tired. I'm too old. I'd be tired.
Exactly. So my life is tiring. You think I'm supposed to argue with you about this? Forget it.
No.
Forget it.
Since we like kind of on this topic, since it's like it was last year, what's your thoughts on the BlerdCon situation?
Oh, brother.
I'm
um
insistent to the topic. I just had to ask.
Yeah.
okay, so when it first happened, obviously I was outraged because, and this might be ignorant of me, I didn't know that there were non-black people who even went to that con. So I was a little bit blown back just by that in itself, which, I mean, thinking about it after I thought about it, I was like, obviously they can't just be like, no whites allowed. But it was just kind of weird to me. And I didn't understand. I guess I didn't understand the purpose of the Blerd Con, because I thought it was supposed to be a celebration of like black nerddom, which, in my opinion, if
Yeah.
that's, if that's what it's supposed to be centered on, why then would the competition be open to non-black cosplayers? That's just me. Um, I don't think that it was right that people sent that girl hate mail, but I also
Yeah.
feel like
That was unnecessary.
it was really unnecessary. But I also felt like she should have thought about it a little bit. Like, if this is supposed to be a space for black people, and the reason that these spaces exist is because white people occupy every other space, why would I then, feel the need to interject myself and occupy this space as well when it's not for me? But that's just my
Yeah.
personal opinion.
No, no, no. I absolutely agree. Because if it's anything you're gonna learn about me is, baby, I don't play about my black people. I don't play at all because we can barely maintain our safe spaces,
Mm-hmm.
because we have to create safe spaces because everything else gets monopolized.
Mm-hmm.
And whether people want to admit it or not, it gets monopolized and we get pushed out. They can just simply say, "Oh, we don't think it's for you. We don't think you'll like it," and so on and so forth. But when you have like the convention, it's in the name. Like, we created Blerd, like we coined the phrase. It means, black nerd. It's creation
Mm-hmm.
black nerd, and you have the Blerd Con. I can, you want to come and see it and all of that, but understand you are in a black space.
Mm-hmm.
You are in a black space, and you do have to understand you have to step aside. And I know we as black people, we tend to be very forgiving and accommodating,
Mm-hmm.
and that can be a blessing and a curse for us, because that's what happens with our safe spaces. Because we see somebody else who is like down and down and bad, and we're like, okay, well, we want to have open norms, and it does come to bite us in the ass at times. So with BlerdCon, it was like, and I know her friend who is supposedly black was the one who convinced her, to enter, but you should have been able to read the room and recognize, like, hey, maybe I shouldn't set my friend up like this. Like the girl, she shouldn't have gotten death threats and hate mail. It's not that extreme. It's
Mm-hmm.
not that extreme. But understand, when you go into black safe spaces, you have to recognize what it is. It was a place where we created it to find people of like mind, of our kind,
Mm-hmm.
and you just have to respect that. Like, and I understand some people, they're like, well, she's just coming as a cosplay, but it's like, y'all missing the point, y'all. Y'all missing the point. Like, it was literally made so we could come together as black people and have things of common and like-mindedness and enjoy ourselves and be comfortable and be free without having to, code switch.
Mm-hmm.
coats which are whole beings. So yeah, I don't think the extreme that some folks went, like that's unnecessary because now she probably gonna be like, oh, them damn black folks.
Exactly.
Yeah, she gonna be like them goddamn black
I'm,
folks. I
I'm
don't,
never going
I
back.
can't listen. She gonna be like, I don't like them. I don't like them one bit.
I don't know. My biggest issue wasn't even with like her or her friend. Like obviously it was poor taste. It's poor
Mm-hmm.
taste. My biggest issue with the whole thing was like after it came out, the creators of BlerdCon even themselves were not, they backpedaled on what the convention is even like supposed to be. Like they were very much like, this is a space for everybody. Okay, so why'd you call it BlerdCon then? Like what was the purpose of
Yes.
doing that if this is a space for everybody? Because we already have a whole bunch of conventions that are for everybody.
Conventions happening
Exactly.
year round, where everybody can show up, and you chose to name your convention BlerdCon,
So was
knowing
it a
this
money
convention can.
grab? Is that what you were you just trying to get some money, which is sick, but all skin folk, not
Ain't
kinfolk.
kinfolk.
And she
Yep.
couldn't claim that she's black either, so she can't say I'm 5% black.
Yeah,
Uh,
baby, I'm not fit to one drop you with your great 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 grandfather.
that's
Baby,
why I
stop.
went because I'm a five
Stop.
percent black. Yeah,
I
well,
don't think that she said she was black though, because
I know. I'm just saying.
yeah, ain't no way, boy.
Ain't no way. Um, right? Because I'm telling you, everything in her. She saying them goddamn black folks. I, she probably wake up in the midnight. I bet them goddamn black
Somewhere talks her ears burning right now.
right now,
It's black
right
people talking about me
now.
somewhere.
Baby, she ain't gonna ever forget that. She gonna tell her family, her kids about that. Like it's gonna be a generational story that they just gonna pass on.
You know what? I hope
Um,
so.
learn your lesson. Are there any cosplays that you've done that were like uncomfortable or painful for you? Like,
No, not really. I don't really do like full like cosplays and suits like that. I mean, it's something I plan
mhm,
to do this year, but I've
mhm,
never really done anything like that. So no, not really. If it's uncomfortable, I just X-nay on the cosplay. So
yeah. How long do you typically wear your cosplay outfit?
it depends on how I feel. Cause some of them it's like I know that I'm taking this picture because the goal is I want to do like some really intense edits on it. So I don't really
Mhm.
care too much. But some of them I do linger around in them a bit. Like the perfect blue cosplay I did. I just felt so cute. I stayed in it all day. I was just in the house just being cute, but most of the time I take them off like right after. That was
Mhm.
one of the few ones that I was just like walking around the house in my little dress and my little gloves because I just felt so cute.
Okay, that's
Um,
cool.
also, what you prefer more, anime characters or non-anime characters to cosplay?
Anime characters for sure, because the character designs are usually more interesting. Like Marvel characters are also really cool because obviously usually you're doing someone that's superhuman or has powers or something like that. But yeah, anime for sure because the character designs are way better.
On top of that, what was your favorite Marvel character you cosplay?
I've only cosplayed one Marvel character, and that is. Did I do two?
Domino's a Marvel
You're
character.
right. You're right. I forgot. I
She did.
always forget I did that domino cosplay because it was like a closet cosplay. I had just did that just
Mhm.
to do it. I
And she
always
did
forget that one.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler is my favorite. That's the longest I've ever taken to do a cosplay.
That's the longest one.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Well, answer that question.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah. I figured that was
Like,
coming. That one
like,
took
was
me like
it
two
like the
hours.
edits, or it took you how long?
So this was my okay. So first of all, this was my first time ever doing body paint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had no idea what I was doing. If you've ever used water-based body paints and you've never used them before, it's kind of something that you have to get used to, especially if you want it to be, covering your skin and not just kind of like a color on top of your skin. So that took me a long time to figure out. On top of that, I concealed my brows so that there's no eyebrows, lace front wig, the actual shadowing, because the color that I used is not black, it's a combination of blue and black. And then to like make my features stand out, instead of it just being like a blank slate, I had to go over it with different colors of like blue eyeshadow, which took a really long time because I was really freestyling. I had no like plan. I just kind of went into it blind.
Okay. Okay. Um, so what's the most you spent on a cosplay, and what's the least you spent on a cosplay? What's the range? If you don't remember the like exact amount, like what's the range?
I would say the range is anywhere between maybe like 50 to 200.
Whoo,
Yeah.
maybe I'm not taking 200. I'm not taking it off.
Well,
I go
you
to
have to
sleep,
think
wake
about
up, go to dinner.
it.
Off of that $200. This
I
is
am this
now a
character
family
now.
heirloom. I'm passing it down to my kids. Talking about y'all gotta wear this if you want your inheritance.
I mean, wigs
Wow.
themselves sometimes are like, especially like, because I don't like getting non lace front wigs just because I'm particular. My hairline is already a struggle in itself. I'm not going to pay for a jacked up wig with a bad hairline. So those wigs in themselves are usually around like $45. I think the
Yeah.
cheapest lace front I've gotten was like 35.
Mm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
I
you
Once again,
said
help
50
me,
to
I'm poor.
200. Right. Right. Talking about I'm poor, but I'm expensive.
Material girl. Every
Exactly.
time I get on Amazon to buy new cosplay stuff, I'm like crying. I'm like, material girl. I need
Listen,
it.
somebody just go ahead and add it to the list. Put it there. Put it there.
I need
Oh,
it.
but
I'm pretty sure
wow.
I own over like 15 wigs at this point.
Okay. So you do prefer to do wigs when you yeah. Ooh, that's
Definitely.
expensive.
Definitely.
That's pricey. Cause I can tell you right now, me myself, I know it costs a pretty penny. And if you're getting a wig to match your cosplay, oh, you better than me, baby. If it can't fit with my braid, just like listen, all my outfits about to be with braids. Talking about, did they have blue hair? They do today. They do today. They do. They do today. So, but oh wow. So, how much did your first cosplay cost? Like, do you remember around about that total? I know you said it wasn't like your favorite, but what was like do you think like the amount of money that you spent on it was what made you kind of like
It
be like,
was
oh, I could have did better or what?
no, because it was a shake and go cosplay, but it was like $70. Because I think that ninja costume I've seen other people wear, and I think it was like 35 $40. And then I think the wig was even like 30. Someone I bought the wig for me, and I think the wig was even like $30. So
Mm.
it even that little shake and go cosplay was not cheap.
I think at this point, Moody, you need to invest in some black Air Forces
Start robbing
and
folks.
I don't know how fast you are, but black Air Forces make a person different. The minute you lace them up good, it make you a different person. And what's you talking about 50 to 200? Try free.
I
Try
mean,
3.
I'm gonna have to hit him with the scammer. Somebody put me on 4X. What is it?
Right? Scamming 2022.
What them NFTs talking about? Help me out.
Nope. Nope.
Right? So, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. So, but not a lot, like, but just a little bit more than this. Just a little bit more. Um,
Quick
oh,
question.
go ahead, Apple.
It's non cosplay related, but kind of. What's your top five? I just want to get that out the way.
Oh yeah.
I do not do top 5 animes
Okay. Give
because
me
all my children are
five,
my
no
favorites.
order. Give me five, no order.
Okay, I'm gonna go with obviously Parasite. I'm gonna go with Steins Gate. I'm gonna go with Clannad. I'm gonna go with
She said
uh,
that?
yeah, I'm gonna go with Clannad. I'm gonna go with Attack on Titan, and I got one more. I'm gonna go with a new one that I just watched because I'm obsessed. I'm gonna lob Link Click in there because I can't stop talking about how good that anime is.
Which one is it?
Link
Lob
click.
Link?
Link click.
Link Click.
Link. It's like I don't know that one.
Lob,
I
like
thought
throw
you
it
were going
in.
to say. I thought you were going to say rankings of kings, ranking of
I
kings,
I could have
because
thrown Ranking of Kings in there. I really should have thrown Fruits Baskets in there because I talk about Fruits Baskets
yeah,
all the damn time.
The fact that
I
Clannad
wouldn't
got some
mind.
love is okay.
Yeah,
Right, I
Clannad
wouldn't
is
mind.
beautiful.
I wouldn't mind maybe doing a twist on the fruits basket. You know, with each one of basically of the zodiac. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. But listen, that 50 to 200.
You don't choose the
Listen,
cosplay life; it chooses you. It takes all your money and puts you in
it
debt.
chooses your wallet. It's gonna take all
Exactly.
you got.
Exactly.
Um, so have you ever changed your mind, like say about 3/4 of the way into a cosplay, like a character, or you just like, man, I'm already here, might as well.
Now, I have completely just wiped some stuff off and said, F it. But usually, if I start on a cosplay, I've thought about it for a very, very long time and probably already tested the makeup a couple of times before I fully committed myself.
Mhm.
So once I start, I'm in it to win it. But there are some that I finished and I was just like, no one should ever see this. This is
So,
Um,
okay
in
for
other
just
words,
me.
you have cosplay nobody ever seen.
Yeah,
right? So
I have.
there's some unreleased.
There are
So
some
y'all
Oh,
hear
unreleased.
that? Y'all hear that? Moody got some unreleased. Y'all
all
gonna have to
right.
big up
So
her to get her to release them.
They're not
we
ever
gotta put a
getting
follow,
released.
gotta get a follow goal. How many follows you need to get them released?
They're never getting released. I'm sorry. That's one
Or
thing about me.
better yet, y'all buy some stuff off of her Amazon wish list. Go ahead and
How
fill
much
up
they
her
gotta spend
wish
on you?
list, right? Go ahead so we can get those unreleased cosplays.
I'm sorry, y'all. The unreleased ones are never. They stand in the drafts forever. I'm sorry. One thing about me, if I don't like something, if I don't feel right about it, it will never see the light of day. Because if I release it, you know what? It's gonna keep me up at night. My acid reflux is gonna be killing me. I'm gonna
Okay.
be like, mm-mm.
Would you redo them? Like as far as
Yes,
like redesign them?
yes. I have plans to redesign a couple of the ones that are in the drafts. I have plans to redesign some of the ones that I did when I first started too.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Would you give us a
$50
hint of the
outfit.
characters? A
Wait, what'd you
hint of the
say?
characters you did.
Hint of the ones that I'm gonna redesign.
Yeah. The ones that not seeing the light of day.
Right?
Uh, okay, I will say one of them is a Marvel character that needs to be redesigned. Um, and then one that I did release, but I wasn't really happy with. I do want to redesign my Yoruichi cosplay, and I want to do that this year. So I'll do that.
Okay. Okay.
Dorichi. We like.
Yeah,
We like.
yeah. The wig for that one wasn't giving what it needed to give. Um, so I need to. I want to redo that one really badly.
Fair enough.
Um, so walk us through your cosplay process, like from choosing to actually, preparing and getting into, your costume.
Okay, so usually when I decide on characters, I will make a folder either on Pinterest, I'll make a board, or I'll make a folder in my camera roll on my phone. So I have a bunch of like references. And then from there, I'll either, so since I've started thrifting things, I will go to the thrift store and see if I can find pieces that I think make sense for the character in the same color scheme, or I'll just hit up Amazon, give Jeff Bezos my money. I'll hit up Amazon and look and see if I can find something similar. After I do that, when I actually start the process, I am a makeup first person.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that the hard way, because if you put your wig on first and you put foundation on, it's definitely going to transfer onto your wig. So I'm a makeup first person, then wig, then the outfit.
Okay.
And then obviously, shooting takes forever because I am not super photogenic. So I've had up to 100 pictures of me in one cosplay. Yeah. And then you got to go through them and kind of, add some to the favorites. And then from there, kind of dwindle it down as much as I can till I find the picture. And then obviously edits come last.
Like, well, what do you look for when you're doing like picking out your pictures, like narrowing it down? Like, what is it that you're looking for? Like, how close you look to the character? Like, if you're kind of embodying their personality, or like, is this the best angle to kind of show the effort you put into the outfit? But like, what is it that you're looking for when you have like all your pictures and you're narrowing down?
It depends on the cosplay, because like if I did something extensive with like the set, like how I'm actually shooting it, that's what I want to be shown. I want to make sure that's all in frame. If it's a character, like a lot of times with anime characters, not slice of life characters, but like more like shonen characters with powers, I should say, I do want to make sure that I'm embodying the character or getting the pose right, because that's important. But sometimes I just pick the one where I think I look the cutest. And that's enough
That's
for
okay.
me.
That's okay. That is okay.
Sometimes I'm just like, sis is giving cheekbones here. This one is the one. So
That's okay. Cause it's okay. Cause I got pictures, and I'm like, baby, that light ain't hit me the way I wanted it to. We just gonna act like that didn't even happen. Somebody, somebody, do you got? No, no, I don't believe in it. I don't believe
I
in it.
you know what? I used to be that kind of person, which is what's so like for my parents, my mom specifically, she doesn't understand how I even got into cosplay because I was always that kid that was like, no, I'm not going to be in the family picture. No, I'm not taking pictures when we're out. Even now, like I'm just like, I'm good.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess with cosplaying, you pretty much got control of how you're going to be seen. So
Mhm.
opposed to getting into a group picture and smile, because like
Yeah. It
yeah,
sounds very self-centered and like conceited, but I have a thing about how I'm perceived. Like it's a big thing. Like even this being on Zoom with y'all, I was like, ugh. I don't really like to be
that's why I
perceived.
say relax, have yourself a good time. We're not here to like make it stressful. Just let it flow, relax. Because this is
Man,
something that
Oof.
So
yeah.
yeah,
Relaxing is hard. Relaxing is hard.
it is.
Mm.
It is when you're, because I can be a bit of an overthinker myself, so that
Oh,
be
really?
getting me something.
Huh?
Anywho, sir, thanks.
Anyway, um, would you take requests on characters to cosplay?
Ooh.
Request. If they're paid for, yes.
See that right
Requests
there.
with funds, yes.
Rest with funds. Okay.
Because I usually already have plans. So when somebody requests something, I'm like, it's not in my plans, but if you want to purchase it, I might move it up to the top of the cosplay list.
Note
Okay.
taken.
All right. Well, let me go gather up my little funds. Um. So, how long do you see yourself being a cosplayer? Do you think maybe of going professional or like? Because I mean, there are people who get paid to go to conventions as cosplayers, but do you think there's like do you see a stopping point for you or just continue to casually let it be a hobby that way you can still enjoy it or like what's the expectancy?
Yeah, so like I said, I started this during COVID, so I really just got into it because it was fun for me. So I don't have any long-term goal to cosplay. I'm just gonna do it as long as it's fun. Do I want to be a professional cosplayer? Absolutely not. That would require too much attention on myself, which I do not enjoy that in real life. Also, professional cosplayers are kind of like models, and that's not something that's appealing to me at
Hmm.
all. At all, absolutely not.
Okay.
I enjoy the
That's
process because I get to be in control of the process. If someone else was like taking pictures of me and stuff, I would not enjoy it.
and it's so interesting because I've seen your cosplays that you've posted and you really just came out the blue doing the panorama and decided that you know what, I'm gonna do this, and you've been damn fucking good at it.
I
If I
appreciate it.
do say so myself, and and it's like, cause sometimes some people just touch stuff and it's it for them. Like it comes to them, and you can't knock anyone for being good at it like on their first try. And I mean, I know you probably didn't get it right on your first try, but you know what I mean, that it just came more naturally to them. So for you to have just during the panini just decided that, hey, this is what I'm going to do, and you just took it and ran. So that's actually that's pretty legit. um so, what would you want to say to other, Black people who are wanting to get into cosplaying, or they're, just getting into cosplaying? Like, what would some things that you would like that you may have with somebody maybe would have let you know or said, hey, here's tips and tricks and trades to kind of work around this? Like, what would you want to pass on?
Ooh, tip number one, don't be afraid to ask people to help you fund your cosplays. It's okay.
Mm.
Tip number two, splurge on the lace front wig, sis. You need it. You need it. You need it. It doesn't have to be human hair. Don't let anybody trick you into thinking you got to get human hair, but a good synthetic lace front goes a long way. Um, Practice. Like every time that you sit down to do cosplay, it doesn't have to be the cosplay, but sometimes it's just cool to practice different makeup stuff. Like for me, I don't wear makeup in real life,
Hmm.
rarely ever. So practicing that is going to go a long way too. Things I wish people would have told me. You don't have to spend a lot of money starting off. Closet cosplays are valid. Um, Basic edits go a long way. You don't have to buy a new wig for every cosplay. Sometimes you can just color edit it. Clothes too.
So you get the braids. I'm telling y'all, get the braids. Braids just don't have to go with everything. Just
Get
have to
white
go with
braids and just
everything.
color them for every single
See,
cosplay.
there you go. There you go. But and what are your thoughts on the blurred cosplay community, as a whole? Like, what do you think? Like, do you feel like it's still in its new stages, or is there anything you think might need to be worked on as a community, or what do you think about that?
I got mixed emotions. I got
Mm-hmm.
got some mixed emotions. One, because I'm fairly new to the community, so for me to like make a generalization is kind of, I don't feel super comfortable doing that. But from what I've
Okay.
experienced, I'm not a person that gets into drama. I see the drama. I peek in
Mm-hmm.
on the drama.
Right.
I peek in on the drama. I don't usually make commentary because it's usually not even about cosplay. It's usually about some personal stuff. But the Blerd community as a whole, I would say that they're fairly supportive of each other. I
Mm-hmm.
wish it was better. I wish people were more supportive and less competitive. I
Mm-hmm.
wish I wish people didn't expect so much out of other creators, because at the end of the day, like, people who do cosplay or who are creators in general, they're doing something because it brings them joy and it doesn't have to serve you. Like when people believe that bigger creators need to constantly be giving back to smaller creators, like, that's not a
That's
thing.
that's
Like, it's not a
that's
thing.
absolutely understandable. That's yeah.
It's not a thing. These are regular people who worked hard, or who create on a regular basis. They don't really have time. And I know that's kind of rude, but they really don't have time to be worried about other people because they're focused on their craft. And I wish that everybody would just do that. Like, just focus on your craft, focus on, supporting people who support you, and don't worry about all the extra random politics that are just weird because we're all playing dress up. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not that serious. I think people take it all too seriously when it's supposed to be fun.
Okay. Yeah, because it's a
It be some
it's
drama
a
all the time.
yeah, yeah. Because sometimes, on the timeline, if it's one thing folks gonna do on Twitter, is overshare. And if it's another thing that folks on Twitter gonna do, is watch people overshare. So you either the person oversharing, or you're the person watching somebody like overshare. And I
I
get
do
it
a
can
little
be
bit of both.
therapeutic, right? I get it can be therapeutic, but sometimes I be like, I feel like, because I know people like want to kind of say what's on their mind, and that's fine. But I just feel like some people can have such malicious intent for others, and I hate that. And it's like somebody is like being open because they need it, and I know there are people out there who just have such malicious intent behind their interactions with others. And the thing is, I cuss folks out. I cuss folks out. So before I get to oversharing too much, no, what I say comes with something else. I'm open for opinions and stuff like that, but just know I do cuss folks out. Cuss you out in public, cuss you out in private. I cuss. I cuss. Like, it is an art. It is an art for me. That's my content creation.
If you
That
can't
that
cuss
right
people
there.
out on Twitter, where can you cuss people out? I mean,
Where? Where,
The dinner table.
the dinner table.
the dinner table. But wait till the meal is over at least. Don't I
There's
mean
kids
I'll
at the
probably keep
table.
eating
There's kids at the table. That's why.
over here and walk my plate out, talking about, well, I've been kicked out of better. Just and I'm taking y'all plate.
I've
I'm
never
taking
cussed
these real
anybody out
soon.
before.
Shit,
It
I
gives me
have.
stress. It gives me stress. Cussing people out, thinking about it gives me stress.
It's a sense
Sometimes
of relief.
Mm-mm.
Cursing is a sense of
sometimes I
relief.
may be like, maybe I shouldn't have said that to them, but I'm like,
They
it's
deserved
there
it.
now.
They
It's
deserved it.
there now. Cause you done took me to a place. You done took me to a place And I understand everybody can't be responsible for your triggers because not everybody knows them. But baby, if you take me to the place, you coming with me. You
Now
coming
you
with
know.
me.
Now you know. Now it's out there. We all know.
On that
I'm
Exactly.
note,
triggered.
on that
Like I
note,
told you today, I said we can heal
Cam,
in hell.
Cam, you
Huh?
can talk now. Behave yourself.
Like I said, we can heal in hell. And we'll figure it out in the afterlife.
Mm-mm, too much stress. Too much stress. Thinking about cussing people out. Like I said, my acid reflux. My heart started beating fast. Like,
Listen,
That's a
listen, do it
reflex.
one time. Do it one time for the one time.
people keep telling me that like it feels good, you should just do it. But every time when I think about it, here's the thing: if I get mad to the point where I feel like I would cuss, I'm a leaver.
Mhm.
I'm a shut down and just disappear. Like I'm not even gonna go back and forth with you. If I feel like it's getting to that point, I'm just gonna be like, you know what, you got it.
You know you can curse in private, right?
I do cuss in private, but I like to cuss when I think it's funny. I like to cuss as a means of humor. I don't cuss when I'm angry. I like to say shit because it's funny.
Girl, I see. Yeah, I
Respectable.
incorporate it into everything I can. Cause and
You just
you got
find
to
any
see
reason
me.
to curse. You find any reason
Listen,
to
I'm trying to
curse.
tell I'm telling y'all ought to see the way I be writing them damn emails to my team members.
Be
Trying
like,
No,
"Have
you're
you
talking
not
about
fucking
cussing
backspace,
at
finished?"
the
backspace,
team members.
backspace, 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 backspace. Talking about I can't put that. I can't put that. I
You
can't
Oh
put
probably type,
god.
talking
you
about
probably type aggressive, don't you? You probably
I
headbutt the
may
space bar. You headbutt the space bar.
listen. I'd be like, per my last email, you may want to check within your records and you'll see that this has been yeah,
All
so
caps. All caps.
all caps. But so I think that I think this is pretty good. I think this is a good stopping point before we decide to take Moody for everything that she got.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But
I have
It's past
nothing.
somebody's bedtime. That's why.
child.
Remember, I'm in the East
So
Coast. I'm in the East Coast, so
you're
I
like
don't
an
know
hour
about time
ahead.
zones. Okay,
Oh,
okay.
I'm in Central Standard, so
mhm.
it's only like what, like 10 here.
Central
So yeah.
gang.
Hey, this the man in the future. It don't matter. So basically, what we took from this interview with Moody is she is going to get Black Air Forces, and her cosplays going forward are going to be pretty much free. And two,
$3.99.
she's exactly. And two, she is going to start cussing people out. Take an acid reflux pill. Let's just take an acid reflux pill, and just let them marinate. But no, I've enjoyed this. You're the first person of our cosplayer interview series, so that we're going to be doing, especially because it's even though we're doing this early, these are going to be for February for Black History Month because our focus is on Black cosplayers because I wanted to give spotlight to Black cosplayers because it's already trying, with people ridiculing you down to the most minutious things.
Hmm.
So I was like, I wanted to do this, and I've really enjoyed having you here. It's been a good time. It's been very relaxed, and I hope for all of the listeners, you have definitely learned more about Moody. I want you guys to follow her. Go ahead and look at her Amazon wish list. If anybody,
I
even
just
if
got
it's
put
not on
wish
the wish
list so she
list,
could release them photos.
yeah, maybe we can get those photos. But if anything, if you're gonna feel a wish list, it may not be on her wish list. Go ahead and get her the Black Air Forces. Go ahead and make her the villain of her own story.
I
But
need
yes,
that.
exactly. So we've absolutely love having you here. And I've got a couple of other things coming. I definitely would love to have you back because even if it's not anime related, what Moody gonna do on the timeline is she gonna get some thoughtful ass questions on the timeline. So she gonna it don't even be anime related. So you can't just kind of stick her in one, one trick pony. No, if it's one thing she is going to do outside of her cosplay, is she gonna make you think about some things.
It'd be them
And
random
she
ass questions in the middle of the night.
Yeah, she gonna definitely hit you with it, and you gonna think about it, and you gonna be like, well, I never thought about it, but let me and go ahead and answer. But yeah, Moody, go ahead and drop your interwebs, how people can look out for you, communicate with you, and everything.
Yeah, so it's Moody Senpai with two eyes on everything, literally everything. I'm mostly on Twitter, so come talk to me on Twitter.
That's where she is. That's where she is.
That's where I live. Come join the fun.
Yes, go ahead and get a question or two thrown at you so you can go ahead and get some thought provoking
Don't come over here if you're
questions.
not ready, because
Yep,
sometimes it be a little messy,
yeah,
Spicy. A little
right.
a little
spicy.
spicy.
Too much
Yep,
seasoning for them white
right.
people.
If you can't handle that, just like her cosplay picture and keep it pushing.
And go about your business, because I will
Okay.
don't even comment, because I'm gonna ask you a follow-up question and I will expect an
Yep,
answer.
Mm.
exactly, exactly. So
I know
yeah,
the
so
feeling.
she's
I know the feeling.
multifaceted. So I'm sorry.
Huh?
You want to go ahead and let yourself out? You want
Let me let myself out. I'm running this.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go ahead and get myself. So yes, so this has been another episode of Inside of Mind of Blerd. This is part of our Black Cosplayers series that we're going to be doing for February with our first guest, Moody Senpai, which we have truly enjoyed. And like I said, definitely follow her. Go ahead and hit up her Amazon wish list, talk with her. She's a very nice person and she actually does like talk back to you. So don't just think it's just going to be a whole bunch of empty like likes and comments and things like that. So yeah, definitely get of her. And yeah, so you know who I am as usual, Cam Kicks. And Alpha, go ahead and let yourself out since you won't let me let you out. Go
Deuces.
ahead. Boy,
They know me already. It's A Alpha. And today, unfortunately, I have no red cup, but I'm still drinking. They don't stop the game. Um, Remember, we got a Patreon, so please join our Patreon. Um, the soccer agenda is always available with Steve, and that's all I got. I'm tired and
all
drunk.
right.
Yeah.
All right, then. Same place, same time, every time. Thank you for listening or watching, whichever platform you're having this on, and definitely check us out. And we're
Deuces.
out, y'all.